Yeah, so to walk me through it, the founding of the Noah story, you guys starting that, and then you jumping
Yeah,
in.
so Noah actually started the company back in 2002 or 2003, and he had a previous company that he sold straight out of college. They didn't make a lot of money, but a couple $100,000 a person. So he was looking to go blow off some steam, so to speak,
Right?
and go out and use some of that money and go rent a Ferrari. But he didn't see any good options out there. Got him thinking. He's like, well, I can't be the only person looking to do this. So he did pretty much what's called like a reverse Google search. And he saw how many people were looking to rent a Ferrari on any given day or any given month in New York. And he's like, okay, if there's 113 people a day looking to
You do the
rent a
math,
Ferrari,
right?
like somebody should probably be renting a Ferrari out. So he got one car, got a Halo loan from one of his dad's poker buddies, and went out, bought a car, had a couple $100,000 in the bank to sort of pad the company to get started. That's when the one of the first renters crashed the car, and he was so excited to meet other car people. I was one of the other car people, and I met him at a Ferrari show in Central Jersey somewhere at some guy's house. A guy had a castle, hundreds of Ferraris parked on his lawn. So we were the young guys there. We got to talk, and he's like, "I'm going to start renting exotic cars." And I said, "That's a terrible idea." Because like I just thought people are just gonna like launch them into a wall as soon as they get them. Like you
Well,
can't
right,
just.
because right.
Yeah, I mean there is a little bit more skill, and especially at the time there was a little bit more skill involved in piloting a sports car than now. They're pretty foolproof. But back in the day, you needed a little bit more finesse to
Yeah,
make
they're all
sure it didn't
manual too back
blow.
then, right? Weren't they? Were they all
They
manual?
weren't, but they were that was right at the transition where they were starting to do, like, a paddle shifter. There was no, like, true automatic lever, but, they had paddle shifters which weren't very good. There was, like, a gap between the shifting, and if you drive it poorly, you're gonna burn up the clutch, and the car's gonna burn down, and there's all sorts of
And it ruins the experience.
nuances.
If you can't do the manual, you're kinda jerking all over the place. It's not a fun
Yeah, well,
experience.
exactly, and we had a couple of manual cars, probably because I've always been a fan of manual, but every single manual car we've had, with the exception of the Celine S7, which just nobody could operate, so it never went out, every single manual car got wrecked.
Really?
So, it just because people think it's one of 2 things. 1, people that wanna drive manual wanna drive more aggressively, and maybe just run out of talent, or 2, people just don't know how to drive stick, and they think they do, and when you give them something with more power, they're more likely to lose control.
Makes sense.
So, either way, we were like 100% crash rate except for the S7 for, manual cars.
No way. So actually the event of the automatic actually lent itself to the business, right? Because without that, it
It
would've
it
been
did. Yeah, I
nightmare.
mean, there's a couple things that worked into the business. We used to have a much larger line item carved out for repairs and maintenance. And as 2010 came along and then 2015, the cars got much more reliable that you're good just doing oil changes and then brakes and tires. It used to be like we'd factor in $5,000 a year per car just for generic Ferrari breakdown stuff. And you can't pass that on to the customer. Like they didn't do anything wrong. It's just, or maybe they did, but it's a culmination of a lot of people. You can't just put it all on one guy.
Got it. Then when did you join the company? You joined later on.
I was within like, so as I said, Noah started renting out cars, and one of the first guys to rent it got like hit the front fender and like dented the fender in. And so he came to me. I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" He's like, "Well, I've got the car's going to be down
Good.
for a couple of weeks now, and it's going to be a $20,000 repair." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, let me see." And I look, and it's just like a dented fender. I'm like, what is this? This isn't a $20,000 repair. It's the same metal and same paint that any other car is going to have. No, it's a Ferrari, so it's got to go to a Ferrari certified shop and this and that. I'm like, you're renting it out. Like, what do you need a Ferrari certified? This isn't going through Pebble
True.
Beach when you go to
Right.
sell it. Like,
Right.
you just need to fix it properly, and there's nothing special about the paint, it's a color, and there's nothing special about the bodywork. You don't need any special parts. I'm like, "I guarantee you I can get this thing fixed for $2,500, and it'll be back to you in 3 days." And sure enough, I call up my cousin at a body shop in Hackensack. When I say my cousin, I guess we are theoretically related, but just like Jersey
Good
cousins.
friends.
Yeah, like, exactly, but so I go, he's like, "Hey, we could have it back to you by Friday." And he fixed it, had the thing back up and running inside 3 days instead of 3 weeks, and it was 25 or 3 whatever it was, $3,000 versus $16,000.
Big difference.
And he's like, "Well, that's now a more sustainable business." So he didn't know, and he knew he liked cars, but Noah didn't really know much about the car business. He was sort of a business guy. I was more of the back end. So we worked well together. He's like, "All right, you're coming with me." Like, and at the time I was just making DVDs. I had a DVD series, so that was a very flexible lifestyle. I could do it when I go home. I could do it overnight. My filming and editing is about a month a year, so I was living the entire year off a month's worth of effort. So that gave me plenty of time to then integrate the two into each other, and it worked very well together.
Oh, that's cool. So, what is the success for Gotham Dream Cars next 3 to 5 years? What are you guys planning?
I mean, I don't have the aspirations. I've got 4 companies, so I'm not like I've kept this company alive because my brother works there. It's not the best industry to be in, right? It attracts a lot of bad actors.
Does it really?
Yeah, there's a lot of crap competition. I can't tell you other like I can't tell you any exotic car rental company that's actually sold and not gone out of business in the last 20 years.
Wow.
Like there's a couple legacy brands like mine that have been out there for 20 years, but none of them have been like the closest we came was a roll up into Hertz when they were launching their dream car collection. And they went under NDA with all the big players. And none of us were talking to each other about it. And we were all saying like, yeah, I got some interest in buying it. And they took it to the point where they looked up everyone's skirts and everyone said, here's everything we do. Here's how we do it. And Hertz is like, great. And they did it on their own. And they
Really?
screwed every one of the companies, they screwed us all. And we're like,
Oh,
that was a
wow.
dirty move.
Yeah, that was.
So, but like, I think Hertz, the dream car collection sort of faded out anyway.
Didn't work. Yeah.
But it's just like it's a cash flowing business. It takes a lot of capital to make a little bit of like to make a solid 20% return. It takes a lot of capital. And for that same capital, you could do a hell of a lot more doing anything else.
Okay.
And this is an industry where there's a lot of risk. None of the insurance companies want to touch you because there's so many guys that get in it for the wrong reason. So everyone cashes out against their own insurance policy when they want to when they're not doing something right, or we didn't factor in all this depreciation. We have $2 million in loans, but the cars are only worth 900,000 now. Let's just set them all on fire and we'll call it vandalism. Like that's why
Oh, that kind of stuff. Okay, got it.
and then you have the high risk to the bank that you're giving a Ferrari to somebody who's much less likely to, or much more likely to steal it. So you got somebody like, oh, just go rent the car for 3 days. It gives you time to pull the tracker, stick it on a container, and ship it overseas,
That's
and just pay
happened.
them cash. And they'll like, so it's a very difficult business.
I see.
I have built my brand and my reputation on not being the cheapest, but being a very solid operator over the last 20 some odd years. So very legitimate, very fair to everybody. I can potentially leverage that, especially with technology now. If I do follow through, I mean, I started doing the framework for a platform, but if I can sort of legitimize the industry, and I've got great relationships with banks and insurance providers, and if I can sort of turnkey franchise this, where I can not authenticate, but I can qualify other companies across the country because I don't want to open up more. When I had this company at its peak, we were in Miami, we were in New York, we were in LA, we were in Las Vegas, we were in San Francisco.
All the big places, right?
And we sold that company in 2016. Again, another bad actor. So those guys defaulted on us. So, but I kept my brand names and I relaunched my company in 2019. But we were pretty much the only actual sale for a multiple of a company that I'm aware of in the last 20 some odd years. Everyone else will say like, yeah, we sold our company, but they didn't sell it. They sold it for parts, or they
The
auctioned
name.
off everything. Like they didn't sell there was no value to the company.
Right, right.
And everybody does the same thing when they look to get out of the business. I'm the first call they make. Hey, you want to buy my company?
Really? Oh, because
And I'm
you're
like, yeah, like, I
definitely.
mean, I'm just always curious. I'm like, send over your financials. And I look, and I'm like, you're not worth anything. I'm like, do you not see all of like you have zero value here. So and the only thing I ever offer them is like, I'll take your stream of business. I don't want any of your cars. They're all high mileage. They're all overvalued on your books. You think it's worth 160. It's really worth 80. So I'm not going to buy any of your fleet. No, you got to take the cars. And I'm like, then I'm out. But what I will do is I will take your customer list. I will take your clients, and I will give you commissions of whatever, 25, 30% for the next 3 years on any business that you generate for me. So that'll be your earn out on this thing. But the business itself doesn't, like, you're not bringing me valuable assets. You're bringing me a bunch of used, worn
Yeah,
inventory that you can't
'cause it's not
otherwise.
really. Yeah, because then like like it's not like any ongoing like deals they have going with people because it's just people showing up,
Yeah,
right? There's
so I'd say 80% of the customers are sort of one and done.
right.
I
That's
mean,
me.
you have that,
There's no like I have like $100,000 a month contract, so you guys could take over that.
correct, exactly. If you have a 10-year contract at $1 million a month, I can put a dollar value on that.
That's money, right?
But
Because
like I
if
can't
these
if
people
you've
show up
got
tomorrow, it's
yeah.
$0.
you've got a 500 person customer list of which 90% of them are like over 3 years old, so they're all stale. So like you really don't have much in the way of a value here. And if you did, you wouldn't be going out of business, or you wouldn't be trying to sell your company.
True.
So
Right, 'cause you wanted that, right. And then you said you wanted to make a platform to do what with it?
yeah,
What was
so if I put together a turnkey platform where I can interconnect and use my reputation to legitimize these other companies across the country, so even a startup with my branding would be able to do well regardless of where they started. Like, I don't want to take the responsibility and the risk of opening up in Tulsa. I don't want to take the responsibility of opening up in St. Louis or whatever. So there are companies or guys that believe in it that want to do it. And I've got no problem legitimizing it and helping you do it. And I'll provide the insurance, I'll provide the funding, I'll provide the everything but the name, the website, the framework, the contracts, even the procedures. But the franchise model is where I see this going if I look to do it. And then once I have a franchise and I have 15 operators across the country, then I may
franchisees, yeah.
yeah, that then you've actually built something that you can exit
Then
because I'll
yourself.
be making my commissions on whatever, $10 million of collective business a year across the country on stuff that I'm not even touching just from having the website. That has a value.
I see. So the franchise-based model would basically be you one-stop shop. So I wanna start the company, my company. I would come to you and say, "Rob, what do I do?" And you would put me into the portal and say, "Okay, you pay X amount per month.
Yeah, here are the cars, here's the
Here's a
methodology, here's how to do it, here's what to do,
here's
here's the
where to buy the
staffing.
cars." I guess I buy the cars through your portal to
I
for
I
what
mean, you could buy your own cars. You could own all the cars in cash. You could bring them in. Like
it would
there's
matter.
no.
But if I
I'm just
didn't, if
yeah.
I wanted to start from scratch, I can go to the your dream portal. I would go to the portal and you put me in touch with people I could buy the
I
cars
could
from.
put you in touch with dealers. I could tell you the cars to buy. You could buy those cars. I'm not going to become a
What
dealer. I'm not
models.
looking to
You're not a
like.
dealer or anything, right? You just like you
Yeah,
kind of
but
like
but
the
if you need help buying a car, I've got no problem helping you buy a car. It's like that's easy stuff. Because if you're on my platform, your success is it means something to me as much as it
right,
means to you.
right. Got it. That's interesting. So how do you balance all the other stuff? Because you're a content creator too, right? Along with all this,
Yeah, I mean, the content creation has sort of worked hand in hand with my businesses. That's sort of why I've been able to do it for so long because a lot of people will go out there and to be a content creator, they're chasing the next algorithm, they're chasing the next big thing or the next trend. They're a character that they got to get into character when they go on. I just document what I do. And that's why it's been an interesting couple of decades and that's why I've got some sort of sticking power here, but I also don't prioritize content like a lot of these guys do. That's their living,
I see.
and this is just something I do and I've done less over the years as I've been taking on other businesses and other obligations. But what I do is generally entertaining, and I do stuff that could be deemed riskier, like, "Oh, wow, he's gonna start a company. He's gonna show me how to do it. Oh, he's gonna build his house, and he's gonna show me how to do it." I would just hire somebody. I wouldn't wanna take that, but I'm a good problem solver, so stuff like that all works out, and it's generally entertaining, and not only will I do something, but I'll show you how and why and what the methodology was that even if I do something that's wrong, I'll tell you why I'm doing it and I'll support the decision and then show you what the results are.
So your content creation is not correlated, or is it?
No, I mean, it is, but then it becomes anything. If I just got into local politics here, not that I enjoy that, but I also became my own attorney in a federal lawsuit. So like I can sort of document anything I do and it's easy to do for me and it doesn't get old because I don't have to like, get in the character. I'm not like it's just I'm gonna live and I'll just turn the camera on and share it as if I was sharing it with my own kids or documenting it for anybody else.
So your own reality show, really, like a
Yeah.
reality
I mean,
type deal,
yeah, I mean, it's and I like to think that I mean, I'm fairly entertaining, I'm informative, I'm educational.
right?
So I'm not only learning stuff or learning what not to do, I'm teaching other people that they can also do it or how to do it. And I think that's more valuable. People, oh yeah, I started my company because of you. And I was like, that's great.
That's cool. And then, well, if anything, what would you want to automate in the rental car business? Or is there anything that you guys have that are like,
The check-in, check-out process, the like all the processes and procedures to safeguard you and your company, to automate the driver's license checks, the insurance checks, all the stuff that would create exposure across the board should be automated. Contract generation, stuff that if you screw up on it, then a lawyer is going to pick it apart. So if you've got your photos, if you've got the before and after, if you can document that the tires were in good shape before they left and like it's easier to protect the business and run a healthier company.
Do you guys use a CRM currently for any of that stuff, or what do you guys
But we
use?
do. We have our own in-house stuff that we've been using. So
And then that hooks up to like what, like a QuickBooks kind of thing? Yeah.
yeah, we use QuickBooks in the one company, and I forget what we use. We use another one for the other for my travel company, but
Does everything talk to each other? All the platforms?
they're different companies. But
Oh,
yes,
within the
internally,
company.
each company, everything talks to each other in its own ecosystem.
I got it. So the stuff in the car rental place isn't automated yet, or are you trying to
It
automate
is,
that?
it
So
is, but like
everything.
I want to make it a little bit more scalable. Right now, it works for us, and there's some manual levers in there, but I want to
Right.
make it that nobody can screw it up.
I see. So it's really like dummy proof. Like it could be just.
Yeah, like I can literally give an iPad to anybody, and they can go deliver my car for me, and I'll be protected.
I got it. So nothing can be missed or
Correct. I mean, instead of having a $30 or $40 an hour employee, you can now have a $15 an hour employee do the same job without doing something wrong because the technology won't let you.
like kind of like a blockchain kind of thing. You want where each step has to be done before you go to the next step. You can't screw it up.
Yeah.
So in the next 3 years, you said you want to turn it into a franchise model and not do what you like current model, change the
No, I
model
mean, the current model, I'll always run my New York office here, but
as is.
yeah, as is, but like I'll franchise it out to other spots. And then eventually maybe I'll sell the whole thing, the New York office with the satellite offices that are franchised. I'll do it that way.
Other than, let's see what else the questions I have for you. So your revenue stream is basically daily rentals and tours. Is that or you guys do the tours or?
We do the tours. All right. No, there's the crying. Got my daughter and her friends are playing downstairs, and when somebody comes up, somebody got hurt.
Yeah, so yeah, that's coming. Hopefully not.
Yeah, we do the dream car tour. That was a utilization play to when we have so many cars sitting around in the middle of the week. We were looking for ways to bring more customers in and increase the utilization on the fleet. And so we do these tours where you get to sample 5 or 6 different cars. It's a lower price point, and we put together the experience. That's gone very well. We've been doing that since '06.
Okay. And then I know there's another company. I guess it's a competitor, the one that has the racetrack. Is that
So we
different?
used to we did that starting in like 2014. That phase we went big on that. Maybe we started in like 2012. But we did the autocrosses. That's when Groupon was big, but the Groupon model didn't move the right way, and Groupon was sort of working against us at times. Initially, we had the experience, and we would sell the experience, and they would sell thousands of them, right? Like we did at our peak, probably like 3 to 5 million a year doing that for a couple of years. And so it was big. We would do 3 cities simultaneously, but Groupon, we would pre-sell around the last quarter of the year. So
Right.
for the holidays, everyone would be like, here, you get to drive a Ferrari or Lamborghini. Groupon, we'd put a schedule out. We'd be taking people in, but like eventually people would stop using them. And then we're like, all right. And then at the end of the year, Groupon's like, hey, by the way, your thing's expiring in a month. And now if we sold, just say 25,000 of them and 15,000 people came through, you now have 10,000 people trying to squeeze in at the end of the year.
Right.
And I'm like, I can't fit 10,000 people in a month. We've had all this availability, which you guys didn't show up to. So I said, Groupon, you have to just send them reminders. Don't forget to use your Groupon throughout the year. We don't do that. We only send out 30 days prior to expiration. I'm like, so then they changed the model and they're like, all right, now we're going to make it so that they can only use it for a certain set of dates. Same sort of thing. And then they ended up making it where you could only use it for a specific date. And I'm like, most of these are bought as a gift. I can't give somebody a gift that says on August 3rd of this year, you're going to go and do this. So like the sales volume dropped 95%. So we tapped out of that business. And that company is still doing it. Yeah, that's the only
I see them advertised once in a while. I see like if they
it's
advertise
Extreme
like
Experiences, it's called.
yeah, the Short Hills
Yeah.
Mall. They
Yep.
assault them there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very profitable business model, but like you need volume, and the volume just wasn't there, and relying on Groupon for that, and we had people showing up. We had the brand at the time, and Groupon was not protecting our brand, so they'd let
Right.
other companies also advertise a similar experience.
Really?
So then I'm looking, and I've got, because we do such high volume, people are giving me vouchers for other companies. And I'm like,
That's
so
pretty
not
crappy.
only did I tender the experience, the other company got paid for me providing the service. And I'm like, but that just shows you we had the name. So people would buy
Well, based on
the
your name.
experience thinking that it's with us, but they were paying another company for it.
Wow. And so how do you market now? What is success
We
like?
just do general Google ads right now. So
That's it.
nothing, yeah, nothing crazy, or just through my social media.
That's it. Do you want to increase that, or do you want, or you're happy with
We
the?
should, but again, like I'm a utilization guy. If the cars are out, if everything's moving, like I'm not really incentivized to. I don't want to turn this into the bigger I make the company, the more headaches I end up having. So I
I feel
rather
you.
have something that's profitable and small and cash flowing and not worry too much about scaling it to the moon. If somebody else wants to take that good foundation and scale it to the moon, God bless you. But
So it's more like increasing the experience. So you increase so you get more money for the each experience, right? Basically, is that the
what do you mean for
for the rental? So like you rather have people like just pay more money for the different experiences, like the tours and the stuff like that, or
we have, yeah, it's more money per sale, so we
I
rather
think
do
per
less
sale.
volume. Yeah, so we do less volume and higher at higher rates, so to speak. So we're
Yeah. So
more of a
yeah, so
luxury.
yeah, more experience side than the volume. Just like
Yeah, and like we get a lot of people that say, "Hey, I'm calling you last minute. Sorry, the guy that I had a car rented through backed out on me, and this and that. Oh, it was a Toro that like is leaving me hanging.
yeah,
Now I need you." And I'm like, "Well, that's fine. You should probably weigh your options beforehand."
right.
And, like, don't look at me now that you're in a pinch because you went to another company, but there's a lot of companies that and you hear all the horror stories, they claim to have all these cars, they're not really all their cars. So when it comes down to it, they'll book you for whatever, an R8 or a Bugatti, and then when you come for, "Oh, sorry, Bugatti just broke down
Without
today, but we'll give you this 70,000-mile Lambo that we have here," which is their only car. So
right.
anytime you go to an exotic car rental company and they've got 100 cars available, there's no way they're sitting on a $40 million, $50 million fleet. It just doesn't make any sense. Number one exotic car rental company in Miami and New Jersey and wherever it is. And I'm like, I've never even heard of these guys. I've been around for 23 years and you're the number one because you say so.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's
Based on
everybody,
you. Right.
it's a lot of fake it till you make it in the industry. And it is what it is. That's why I just sort of stay above the muck and just provide good service to customers and they're willing to pay for it.
That's cool. So other than the automated system of renting the cars, is what anything else you want to automate that you wish you could automate in anything that you do?
I mean,
Automation?
I started a luggage company, that's gotta be but, like, a lot of that I'm using third-party PR company, third-party Amazon somebody managing my Amazon account. I've got a direct to consumer, but I've got a guy doing my marketing. So and then I've got a 3PL doing all the shipping and logistics. So everything is pretty much automated there.
It's all
It
luggage? Luggage like
to see, I designed and sell suitcases.
oh, really? So your own design.
My own line, yep. So
Oh,
I
that's
got a
awesome.
patent and then, I built some suitcases and now backpacks, and now I've got a full luggage line and
Not to like rest. How'd you wind up go into that? Into the
because
suitcase?
I needed a new suitcase and nobody sold it, and that's
Really?
again oh, yeah, it goes back to the YouTube thing. I'm like, "Why does nobody sell this?" And I did a patent search and nobody had a patent on it, and I'm like, "Alright, nobody's sleeping on a patent, so let me design it, patent it," and then it cost me like 50 grand to make my suitcase, and I'm like, "Alright, let me sell them now. So now let me find out who can produce these." So the concept worked, I liked it, it improved my travel experience, so I started selling to other people, and we're now 14 or 15 months in, and, on our
Wow.
second production run.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So that's a relatively brand new company, right? And that's just basically
It's a new company, yeah, that we launched, I think March of last year is when we first got our inventory.
what's the name of the company?
It's called Flipside Luggage.
What's your claim to fame there? What's the
So it opens up from the front and the back, and there's a center divider that moves. So you have a clean side and a dirty side. So your whole entire suitcase could be clean. Then as you're traveling, the center moves, so the dirty side sort of encroaches on the clean side, and you don't lose any volume in the suitcase. So when you get back, and there's 4 or 5 nice white outfits or whatever you brought that you didn't wear, you put them right back in your drawer. Everything else gets washed.
interesting?
And you also don't have to go fishing through smelling your socks to say, like, "Did I wear these yet?" Or it's just like,
That's normal, right? Because
yeah.
usually everything gets washed, like everything gets thrown in
Yeah,
right and
yeah, you usually dump the whole thing in,
the
but
whole thing gets dumped, right?
yeah, but even during the trip, you don't have to, like unless you're in a hotel and you're the guy who like takes the contents of their suitcase and puts them in the drawers of the
Almost no one
hotel,
does that,
which
right?
almost nobody does that. If you're living out of the suitcase, you want to like, and then the cleaning lady comes. I remember Dave Portnoy, somebody forwarded over, like he was so pissed because he was staying at the Ritz Carlton and they like re-rolled up his socks and put them back in his suitcase just to try to like clean up and do like what it's like a high level of service. But he's like,
Right.
I don't know what I've worn now. Now what do I do? Like, yeah, like now you've now my formula was like once they're rolled up, they're clean, and once I don't roll them back up after they're dirty, and I know the difference. But with this design, it just keeps everything separate.
That's awesome. That's
So
cool.
it's almost like traveling with 2 suitcases in 1.
So anything, as you said, anything there you wish you could,
I mean,
or what?
everything really is automated. I just did third-party automation.
Okay.
So I've got the
That's
3PL does all the shipping and logistics. Yeah, like it goes through Shopify to so like I it's a perpetual motion machine. All I gotta do is design more stuff or purchase more inventory when I need it.
now your personal, how do you keep track of all this stuff yourself? Do you have like something you use to
I'm
keep track
very
of?
old school, like Post-it notes and like calendar on my computer.
And then so we actually did this recently because I was just saying, I was with a guy at Fuel Locks. He makes like a fuel additive.
Yeah.
So he wanted something where he could just high level look at everything on one portal.
Yep.
He could see everything, like all the metrics of everything. Like he could see profit and loss. He could see marketing. He could see what's working. Would that be something you would work for you?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's always good, but that's just what the bookkeeper, the CFO does is just sort of show
Yeah.
you a report of what's doing what. But I've got a good gut as to what's working, what's not working. You know, when something's sitting around or not sitting around.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, this is more like he wanted more high level stuff so he could see like which marketing campaigns are working for him.
Well, yeah, but that's what that's why I hire I outsource all the marketing. So the marketing is done by a third party company and
You do
he
everything,
shows
huh?
me all that stuff and he dials it in and fine tunes it.
And then that's on autopilot with the company.
Correct. Yeah. So
Right. Alright, got it. Alright, cool. Was there anything else you wanna add about the company or any companies that you wanna add to the
no, I mean, I have a travel company that does like bucket list travel experiences all over the world. That's called Adventure Drives. We have
that's
a
cool.
drive coming up next month in Spain, starting and ending in Madrid.
How's that work? I
So
mean, like
we just curate some luxury experiences for people, and we've got it's a 8-night trip starting at the Mandarin Oriental in Madrid, and we go up through San Sebastian over to Andorra. We're in Andorra for 2 nights. We're in Barcelona for 2 nights. We've got a yacht in Barcelona for everybody for the day,
that's
and
cool.
then we go to Valencia and back to Madrid. And everybody they fly over, they rent their Ferrari or whatever they want to drive for the week. We've got a nice curated route, and we take care of lunches, dinners, breakfasts, activities, and we put together some really nice travel experiences for people.
So you got the travel company, car rental company, luggage,
The production company and then the luggage company.
holy mackerel. So how do
Yeah.
you balance all that? Do you just have like a
I mean, if you and that's the whole thing with automation, when you put the processes in place and you can let pretty much anyone operate it, then you're just sitting there waiting for a phone call if anyone needs you. Otherwise, like I don't need direct involvement. If you set up a company properly, you don't have to be there.
right, that
So
makes sense. Yeah, so the only one you wanna automate more is the rental company.
yeah, but and that's only so it's scalable that it's not relying on everybody that's been at the company. My brother's been here for like 16 years, so the automation is more so I can scale it to other businesses, which I've never really sought to do. Because when we sold out of the company in 2016, I thought that was the end of my run in rental cars, but I had to start that back up again. Look, I'm okay. Anything I said, I would say to anybody anyway, so you can edit it and post it however you want. I mean, AI, I'm still sort of like the old man with AI right now. I'll use it like a fancy Google, but I'm not really using the tools as they're capable of doing yet. So, but I'm sure there's a younger crop of people that'll come in and help with that sort of stuff and sort of say, hey, look, let me wow you. And then they're sitting there drinking a Slurpee with their feet up on the desk, and you're like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "Oh, I just did everything." And they're like, "Oh, like wow, that's awesome." So I instead of me relearning everything, I'm in a comfortable enough spot where I'm okay with other people coming in and saying, "Let me show you how I can help." Obviously, land customers like I love the back end and I love the delivery aspect, but I hate the customer acquisition.
For acquisition would be
That and the bookkeeping is always annoying, but that's
Well, the
Those are the
booking
only 2 parts of the business that I don't enjoy is the accounting and the you just, like, drop some pictures of receipts, like, email it to something and no
airtime.
worries.
All right.
Alright, Doug.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
You got it.
Thanks. Nice meeting you.
Take care.
Thanks.